So about a month ago, y'all, I remember staring at the scale, looking in the mirror and just feeling like super trapped in my body. The whole 2025 has been up and down. Starting my fitness goals, stopping my fitness goals, and having so many distractions with being a new mom, with being tired, with working and all the things, y'all. Like, it's just been everywhere. But I finally found a method that has allowed me to drop my first 10 pounds without spending hours in the gym and without restricting myself, because we don't believe in restricting ourselves over here. So if you want to learn how I dropped my first 10 pounds or how you can drop your first 10 pounds, then go ahead and continue to watch the video, and go ahead and give me a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to know all the tea on how to lose this fat girl and get this stomach snatched. My name is Olivia, and I created this channel to share my postpartum fitness journey and just my overall journey getting back to self after becoming a new mom. So this channel is for the moms, the old moms, the new moms, just women in general who are trying to get back to their best selves and just feel great about themselves, whether it's losing weight, working out, healthier, just whatever you want to do. That's what this channel is for. So today we're going to talk about my exact method to lose that I went about losing my first 10 pounds. So I had my baby January 2025 earlier this year, and I had started and stopped just because so many things were going on. But y'all, now I'm finally back locked in with my fitness journey, and I have a goal. So I'm going to continue to use this method to lose the rest of the weight that I want to lose. I want to lose about maybe 35 to 40 more pounds. Like, I'm comfortable at a certain weight. So, but this is the method that helped me lose my first 10 pounds. So let's go ahead and get into it. I got my notes written down so I don't forget anything. So the exact method or formula, whatever you want to call it, to how I lost my first 10 pounds is: number one, do not go all in. Now I know what you're thinking, Olivia, you're supposed to go all in, you're supposed to be this, you're supposed to that. No, I want you to be locked in, but I don't want you to go all in. And what I mean by this, don't go cold turkey. I get it. I'm that person. I strive for perfection. I just want to do everything at one time. I want to start fresh. I want to jump right into it. But y'all, there's levels to mastering certain things. So I want you to focus on nailing a certain category first. So when it comes to weight loss and fat loss, there's really two components: being in a calorie deficit, and there's movement of your body. Those are really the two things that you have to concern yourself with. I want you to pick a certain area to master first. So what this may look like. So my biggest problem is the table, eating, food. I don't have struggles with working out or going for walks. So what I did first was I focused on nutrition. So for like 5 to 7 days, I just tracked what I was eating. I wasn't trying to be in a calorie deficit. I wasn't trying to track my calories. I wasn't trying to track my macros. All I did was like track what I eat so I could see, okay, what is it that I'm eating? What am I putting into my body? Then from there, I went to the calculators, because y'all, there's calculators and stuff that you can input your weight, your height, your age and stuff like that, and they'll give you like a certain calorie range that you're supposed to be in to like lose weight. So from then, that's what I did, and I started tracking, and I started tracking my macros. There's plenty of videos out here about tracking your calories or macros. I personally think tracking your macros is better so you can hit your protein goals, but that's what I would say first. Do not go all in. Pick one or the other to focus on. And then if you say, well, I'm not really like a bad eater, or I eat pretty well, or I eat pretty healthy, I would say focus on steps or going to the gym, tracking that first. But I would not try to do all of this together, because at the end of the day, we're moms. Some of us are wives, we're girlfriends. We just have a lot to do. So I would not say just to jump off the porch and go all in. Pick an area, master that first, and then move on. I promise y'all, like, I know you want to go all in, but it would be better for you to master one area first, nail that, and then move on to the next. Okay, so moving on to step 2 in this exact method, how I lost my first 10 pounds. I want to make this clear. If you are trying to lose weight, lose fat, or whatever, it's different from having like a specific goal to just trying to be overall healthy. And the thing that I see that I was making this mistake too, y'all, I was trying to intuitive eat or eat healthy without tracking and seeing what I was putting into my body. Now I know tracking macros or calories can be very tedious, but you have to remember it's only for a certain amount of time till you hit that goal. It's not forever, but you need to be tracking what you're eating if your goal is to lose weight. So this looks like somebody saying, oh, well, I've been eating salads, I've been I've been eating my protein, I've been doing all this, I've been eating fruit, which is great. And a lot of people think because some things are like lower in calorie that you're not eating too much of it, but you can still eat too much of good stuff, if that makes sense. So step number 3 in how I lost my first 10 pounds is focusing on daily movement without a crazy gym schedule. So prior to having my baby and to having all these things, I was able to go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week if I wanted to. But y'all, that just doesn't exist no more. I'm a new person. I focus on daily movement. My job, I move around a lot, but even in my prior job when I was like sitting behind the desk all day, you have to prioritize movement. If I wouldn't try to have like a crazy step count like 10K or 12K, I would just focus on, if you're too sedentary, just get out and move your body. When you're cleaning, when you're washing dishes, you're doing everyday stuff, like try to move your body. Don't sit in one spot for too long. This fitness tracker that I have right here, I have it set to a certain amount of time and it'll tell me to start moving. I believe Apple Watches do that as well, but if you're sitting too long, it'll tell you to start moving. I don't have a crazy gym schedule. My minimum days to hit the gym is twice a week, and I do heavy lifting, and if I have time, because I go in the morning before work, I may do cardio, but still throughout the day I'm walking around and I'm moving. So this looks like on my lunch break I'm taking like a 15 to 20 minute walk. I'm walking around like the building and I'm just being intentional with getting like steps in and getting movement in. So also, if you're just wanting to, you know, watch Netflix or something like that, like get a walking pad. I have a walking pad. I'll have that link down in the description if you're interested in that. Like sometimes when it's raining outside, when I can't go outside and get my steps in or just movement, or if I haven't moved around that much that day, I'll just turn on Netflix or YouTube and get on my walking pad and I walk, and it's so convenient. All right, so I think we're on step number 4, y'all. So the next step in how I lost my first 10 pounds is prioritizing sleep and stress management. Now, a month ago, not even a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, another reason why I was so on and off my fitness journey, because I was at a place of employment that was driving me insane. Now I know this is not doable for everybody, but do what you can to manage and reduce your stress. Like a lot of things we do have control over. So I took the liberty into finding somewhere else to go, because the last place that I was at, it was just super stressful. And when you're stressful, y'all, you retain weight, you retain a lot of things, and you're not just easy to flow. Anyway, that's not what this video is about, but do what you can to reduce your stress. You have more control than you think. And then also when it comes to sleep, y'all, scrolling on social media at night is not a thing of peace. It's a way of escape. I said what I said, but at night when you know you should be asleep, after you laid your kids down and all this other stuff, and you scrolling or you on, you know, TikTok, Instagram, you watching YouTube, y'all, you're not prioritizing yourself in your sleep. So what I started doing, I have a hard cut off. All electronics go off at around like 8:45, 9 o'clock. And then around this time, that's when I'm putting my baby to bed. Anyway, that's his bedtime. And then after that, I journal or I read my Bible. I've been really into getting my finances straight, so I've been reading a finance book. Y'all, I promise you, if you read or you do something for your mind before bed instead of scrolling, you sleep so much better, and you just feel more refreshed when you wake up. Now, if the baby wake up in the middle of the night, like mine be doing sometimes, that's a whole nother thing. But prioritize your sleep and stress management. Be disciplined. You're not only being disciplined with your movements and your nutrition, but discipline is an act of self-love. So love yourself enough to turn that phone off, turn that TV off, get a book, get you a journal, better yet, get that Bible, get to reading, and just have a better quality sleep and a better quality, I won't say life is stress-free, but you know, reducing the stress. So to wrap everything up, y'all, that is my method of how I lost my first 10 pounds and how I will continue to lose weight on this particular season of fitness that I'm in. Don't go all in, pick a focus area, nailing your nutrition and being in a calorie deficit, your daily movement, sleep and stress management, and then number 5, being consistent. So this video helped you and gave you like a simplified method into losing fat loss. And girl, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm gonna be dropping a whole lot more videos like this, a whole lot more gems. Oh yeah, and then I also have the walking pad that I mentioned linked in the description. I have this fitness tracker that I linked in the we'll have this linked in the description box as well. This is not an Apple Watch, but this is a great cost efficient fitness tracker. I think this is about $26 on Amazon. I've had it for about 3 years, so this is like really good. But yes, as I said, I'll be sharing this journey in real time, so if that sounds like something that you're interested in, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next video. Until then, stay blessed, stay consistent, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.